Good morning. My name is Jerry Chong. I'm a gay active member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I grew up in Calgary and never came across missionaries until the age of 42. That was in 2004. I was in the teaching pool for about 100 days, and then I decided that it was time to get baptized. After I was baptized, I asked my bishop if I could speak to someone who is gay, who is active, and has remained faithful in the gospel. He told me that there were members, but no one was willing or able to speak to me at the time. So I had to learn how to navigate being strong, faithful, and active in the gospel on my own. During that time, there were some hurtful and harmful things being said about the LGBTQ community within the church. In 2005, Canada had the same-sex marriage bill become legal all across Canada. And I remember going to church one Sunday where this topic was the subject of church nationwide. It was a hard Sunday to sit through. We received messages from both the prophet and our apostles about how harmful the same-sex marriage bill was to marriage as defined by the church. It talked about horrible things and characterized our community as being less than. I struggled that day to stay strong and not openly cry or weep, but it was a hard day. In our elders quorum lesson, our two instructors were very uncomfortable. They didn't know how to teach this lesson, and there was a question asked of the quorum. Why is the vocal minority heard much louder than the quiet majority? Meaning, how did this same-sex marriage bill become legal in Canada based off of the 10% or less population speaking up and making this happen? And I raised my hand and shared with them that I have a comment and an answer. I told the men in my quorum that some of you have come to know me, some of you have come to love me. I'm going to share a little bit more about myself with you. And I came out to them. I wasn't certain how this was going to go. I didn't know whether the men were going to be understanding and accepting, but they were. They gave me their undivided attention, and I told them the importance of marriage equality. I reminded them about how they felt when they asked their future wife, "Will you marry me? Will you be my companion? Will you be there to support me and love me through good times and bad? Will we be able to be a family? Will we raise kids together? Will we journey through life supporting one another?" That's all we're asking for marriage equality, is to be able to say I love you and to support one another as partners and to raise families. I was pleasantly surprised by the acceptance and understanding that the men showed. And during that time, from 2005 until now, there have been some not so positive things also said throughout the church. So I took a step forward and decided to become an advocate, become a voice for those of our members who identify on the LGBTQ spectrum, who are not ready to come out in their congregations, who do not feel safe, who feel less than, who are hurt and harmed by things that are said from leadership and from their fellow saints in their congregations. My advocacy work is to encourage and remind the members that Heavenly Father loves all his children, including his LGBT kids, and that we were born this way, that we were born perfect. We are not a mistake. The Heavenly Father that I know does not make mistakes. He loves us because of who we are, because we are his kids.